Okay, we're back. Okay, everybody, we see you, or at least your comments. So there was like 1,000 people waiting before we even started.
Wow.
Scotland. Got Scotland in the house.
Awesome.
Utah. Got some Utah. What else we got up in here? Australia.
Oh, down under.
Yeah. He's got a dunk. When I was in New Mexico recently, my Indian friend Fred swung by briefly, and he stayed in a hotel and just for like a night, and then left. And then he calls me like 2 hours later. He's like, "Oh man, I left my knife at the hotel," and switch this. And he's like, "Can you go over there and get it for me?" Like, yeah, all right. So I go over to this. He tells me where the hotel is, so I go over there, and I'm like, "Yeah, a friend of mine left this knife here." Oh yeah, I got it right here. He brings out this thing, and I go, "That's not a knife." And the guy's like, "This is a knife." from Crocodile Dundee. He knew the line. Big old giant thing. I go, "Jesus, that's like a small machete."
Hope Fred doesn't fly off. The
Yeah,
TSA
no.
would love him.
Oh yeah, that ain't going. I remember a little small one, like I think my wife had on a keychain or something, and they're like, "Oh, you can't bring it." So she's like, "Well, I guess throw it away." And I'm like, "Yeah, this is like this thing's huge. This is something you skin a deer with, or
Yeah.
freaking combat knife looking thing." I was like, "Holy crap, Fred!" So I just packaged it up and sent it to him.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good. Yeah.
Regular mail wrapped up. That was okay. Post office, no problem. Yeah.
I don't know if that's good information or bad information, Joe.
Yeah, you can send a knife. You can.
You can?
They're like, is there anything that could be explosive or, blow up or this or that? No, 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 no. Is there guns and ammo? No, just a knife. So it's like, yeah, no problem. Send it away, baby. Oh, Las Cruces, New Mexico, Largo, Florida. What else we got? Greetings from Edgewood, New Mexico, Ecuador, Wilmington, Delaware, Delaware, Jersey. Hello from New Jersey. I was born in New Jersey.
You're a Jersey boy.
We got Texas, Georgia, again, Ecuador. So we got Largo, Florida. That's not far. Las Cruces. I go through there all the time on the way to the spot in New Mexico. Sarasota, Florida. Naples, Florida. Northern California. New York City. West Virginia. Joshua Tree, California. Now they're going crazy. I can't even keep up. It's a blur.
What was
Missouri.
that called? Joshua Tree?
Joshua Tree, California.
Do you know where that is?
I don't know where it is, but I've seen what they look like. These weird kind of looking trees, and apparently I'm thinking it might be because it's like they're everywhere out there. I'm guessing, but there was somewhere our friend Amy was picking up on one of these sites one day. We're gonna go explore. She's like, I saw a Joshua tree. She's like, that's what I saw. I'm like, well, I don't know if there's any Joshua trees in New Mexico, or at least down where we are. Only a pinyon pine and the other one, juniper. I go, but I don't know about no damn Joshua tree. So she's like, well, I got that. So who knows? Unless we find one that was planted somewhere special, in a mountain somewhere that doesn't belong, maybe that might make sense. But I've never seen one while I'm out there. Not even close. They're in Arizona too.
Is that kind of like a Democrat that leaves California?
Yes.
Like, every so often you find one.
Yeah, there's one over here planted in Florida.
You just got to pick them up and put them back.
Yeah, well,
you got to preserve them.
Unless they're willing to change their ways. If you're willing to change your ways, come on over. If you're brainwashed and brain dead, you might need to just go on back.
No, we could give you a good job. You like teaching?
Yeah, exactly.
We got to be careful here.
I was just in Beverly Hills, and just for a few days, my daughter was going through this minor surgery again. I think I told everybody before. She had something called hyperhidrosis, where your hands and feet, excessive sweatiness all the time. And there's two surgeries. They're very similar. You basically can either burn off the nerve or you can clamp it. If you burn it off, there's no going back. If you clamp it, you can always undo the clamp. And the reason they do that is because if you, let's say you do the ones for the hands, which it's actually located just by the rib cage, that nerve on each side, and all of a sudden you got excessive sweat somewhere else, and you're like, oh, this is worse. I'd rather have it back in my hands. Well, you just undo the clamp, go back into surgery, undo the clamp, and you're good.
Wow.
So the only place that could do this particular surgery was in California, in more particular Beverly Hills. And it's the same place we went last time. You know, everything, same place, same building, same surgical center, all of it. So I'm going, well, this time we'll get a hotel where we can like walk to the place, you know, and it'd be easier. So we're Ubering and everything. They're just, you know, I'm noticing in this little town, you know, it's freaking Beverly Hills, but it's like there's quite a bit of buildings for lease, empty, like way more than I would ever expect in a, you know, ritzy town like that. You know, everyone's got money and all that stuff. And it was kind of interesting. Of course, there's the homeless problem is there too. Not nearly as bad as some of the other suburbs and stuff, but yeah, I just have to say I wasn't real impressed with this place. You know, just some of the upkeep, even in the city and the buildings, you're just kind of looking at stuff going, yeah, it's starting to fall. Yeah, like it's, you know, it's starting to, they're not keeping up, you know, kind of a thing. And
That's
you know,
a shame.
Yeah.
California's a beautiful state. You know? It's just a shame.
Nice weather. It was like 50s and 60s, you know, decent weather right now, at least in that area.
You know, it's but this is a thing that's happening all over the world.
Yep.
You know, it's not just an American thing anymore. You know, it's just getting out of hands. So, my friend, where do you want to start tonight?
Let's do like the Oak Island TV show. Oh, forget that. Let's go. Oh, do we find a well over here in the south part of the property? Let's go dig that out. No, get back to the digging in the freaking money pit. What's in there? let's get. Yeah. So you'd mentioned earlier when we were talking that, you know, Spirit had talked to you a little bit more about like the Putin situation and all that. Maybe we'll just go right into that.
Yeah, we could get into that. So I think it was Friday that I was watching. Somebody had sent me something with Greg Hunter, and there was a person on there. Was it Paul Roberts or something? Very, very, very smart.
Could be Paul Craig Roberts.
Yeah. And he said something that immediately I started getting answers. And he said, I don't understand why Russia did not just end it within, you know, a month of the operation. Because let's face it, they could have. Actually, they could have ended it last week. They could end it Wednesday because of the abilities that they have, you know. And then I realized that they started talking to it. They said, no, the reason that he wants it to go longer is because he's disabling all of his enemies. So all the ones, it's kind of like what Donald has done. Okay, that everything needs to be exposed and know who is who out there, and everybody in the audience can look at a person now in a political arena and go, they know what that person's about. So all these things needed to be exposed. But the scenario with Putin is the longer that he keeps this thing going, all the arms, okay, are being destroyed. But on top of it, do you remember one of the, I know you do, one of the, when I was in the hospital and I was getting visions, and one of the fights, I'll say the last one, where he punched the big guy in the face, right? And he dented it, and it was a toaster.
Yeah, it was a toaster.
And then dollar bills started to come out, and I said, it's really strange. Nobody wanted to go pick them up or have anything to do with it. And not just that, the audience was now cheering for that because they realized that, oh, no, this person that just got hit in the face has been doing a lot of bad things, and the people that they represent. All right. Now I'm trying to be very careful on what I say here. Okay. But when I said a vision before that, before the war started, I said, my God, he's going after the head of NATO.
Yep.
Right.
I remember that.
Before that. Now that's all we hear now. And the key is that at any moment, he had the ability, let's face it, if he took everything and aimed for Kiev, that would be it. Kind of like what we did and the Iraqi storm.
Yeah, Desert Storm. Desert Storm was done in like 2 weeks.
Whack.
Yeah.
So they could have done it and it's over. But instead, they wanted everybody to give up their ammunition and everything else, and at the same time become weaker and weaker. With the sanctions that were being set upon him was actually being reflected back onto the people sending it. Now, what I believe also happened was that something got moved up. So when this pipeline got destroyed, we all know what pipeline we're talking about, and whoever could have done that, all right, actually, to me, made a mistake because they pushed the agenda up too fast and not realizing how much that would cripple so quickly the financial system and everybody's stability, basically all of NATO, all the countries of NATO. So the dollars that we saw shooting out, right, that nobody's touching, is occurring now. And quite a while ago, I had said something to you about Spirit had been telling me this for quite a long time, that they would release the bonds in Europe, and then you'll have about 2 weeks. All right. So something's going to happen. The word bonds will be in there, and they will be released, but it will hit New York City like a tidal wave. All right. Which obviously would be our financial system. And I believe that's what's about to occur here. So there's so many things in play. And that's, the last time you and I talked, I think that was just for Patreon only. That was like, what, 2-3 weeks ago? I think.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago. Yeah.
Yeah. I said, Joe, even if it stops right now, I said that vision that we had with the black swans, and then they said till hell freezes over, they brought me to wintertime. I said, even if nothing else happened, well, that to me was fulfilled. But I said to you, I said, I'm telling you, something's happening from here to the 21st, and it's big. And now all the banks starting to go, do. So they're not going to be able to stop it. What they're going to do is shuffle one to another to another. I don't know what one's in trouble right now.
Credit Suisse.
That's a monster, right?
Yeah, it's a big one.
So that'll be sold tonight, or it'll be sold tomorrow morning. All right. Now, remember the bonds? The bonds that are connected to that will be worthless. Okay. Now, all those people that had investments in it, I don't know what they're going to be worth, but pretty much zero on the dollar.
Yeah, they're saying, they're offering $1 billion to buy this thing out, and they're like, well, wait a minute, we've got $7 billion in assets or whatever. Like, no, we're not accepting $1 billion because that would put our stock price at like 27 cents or something. So, complete crap to where it was,
Right. But, whatever they're arguing about, I keep getting that this deal's going to go through either tonight or tomorrow. We'll hear about it. All right. Obviously, they'll come up a little bit, but it doesn't matter. They grab it one to move it to another, then to move it to another, then to move it to another. All right. Now, what do you think is going to happen when the big boys take a look at that? Because they're not following the law. All right. There's laws on this. The shareholders should have been able to vote. Okay. None of that. They bypassed all of it. So there's no law, no rule of law. Boy, where have I heard that one before? No rule
Yeah.
of law. All right. So what do you think? The biggest players in the world right now with money are what? Energy related, right?
Yeah.
So do you think that they're probably going, think we need to get our money out of those Western banks? Yeah, I probably think so. Don't you? So that's going to speed this thing up even quicker now as these things roll over. So many things are happening all at the same time. But I really believe that when that pipeline was hit, that it created a whole nother problem that now sped everything up. So all the countries are financially going to be on fire, which they are now. I saw photos of France. I'm going, holy shit, with the people just flipping out. All right. They're flipping out about one thing or another, but they're not going to be able to get their money because it won't be there. And then you're going on and on and on and on. That contagion will come here. So we got to pull our big boy britches up, the BBB. Okay. Yeah. And I know a lot of people, I know you hear it all the time. I just want to get this. Let's just come on. I get it. But, Putin is a very experienced fighter. Just even those ring analogies that we had, with those visions, how we did the rope dope and set them up and, well,
and you said it would ultimately lead to the takedown of NATO.
Oh, absolutely.
So the other day, I mean, just very recently, Entheos posts this weird thing that nobody was expecting. And he says, I mean, I could pull it up, but I'll just paraphrase a bit. The United Nations building pays no taxes, no nothing, and it's located, I think, in New York City on a certain acreage. He says, get your real estate friends ready to start bidding for the property. In other words, UN's going away. They're going to lose the property there at wherever I guess either DC or New York. I thought it was in New York, but wherever the main thing is, on American soil, it's going away according to Entheos. So he's like, get your real estate friends ready to buy some land because it's coming up. So that to me says NATO's going to be gone. That's exactly what's going to happen, and you called it way before all of this. And do you remember? And I'm the people listening. Do you remember? The Vatican Bank, I did the video. The head cheese of the Vatican, get your money, all Vatican banks, all Catholic churches, by the end of, remember that, October, September, last year, whatever?
I absolutely remember that.
Get your money and put it in the Vatican Bank vaults prior to this date. And I said, they don't do anything by chance, guys. Here's the video. They're doing this for a reason. The banking system's going to be collapsing, and that's why they're doing it, because they're not going to be exposed to it. They're going to get all their money outside of that system.
Yeah.
And here we have this thing happening with several banks now, and the latest one now is Credit Suisse, and there's going to be more, as we know. So again, like we brought this to you guys months ago, showing you what was going to happen, and you keep telling everybody, you need some cash on hand. Like when he uses the word cash on hand, he's not talking about cash in the bank. Cash on hand, on your body, in your house, somewhere close by. Cash on hand, cryptos, and some precious metals. You're going to need some at different periods of time as we go through this. And I mean, everything else he said, I mean, even the toaster comment, got a toaster and he dented the toaster. I found this article just a week or two ago, and I sent it to you at the time.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
And it was like, India and China, something didn't dent, something about the UN and the dollar, like it didn't dent it or something. I go, oh my God, come on, man. It was something about the NATO. And
then they said, the one that you sent me, they're toast. And when you said, I just started laughing. I go, it's amazing how the exact verbiage will show up. And it's like, dude, you just can't make that shit up, but understanding. Now, I want to bring something forward. The last time we were on, say 2 or 3 weeks ago, I forgot to bring it forward. Okay, so I'm going to bring it forward now. And please, you have so many psychics out of here, put your discernment into what I'm giving you here. And that's part of visions in the thing, because when you can step away or many eyes look at it, all of a sudden you start clicking on what it is. It's really good. You just step back a little and look at everything. About 3 weeks ago, I was doing a reading for somebody. I cannot remember where they were from. They were either from here or Europe. And they asked me what I saw for silver, you know, and so on and so forth. And normally they just do the same thing, you know, they showed me the vials and da 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 da. They didn't do that this time. All right, this caught me off guard. And I bet everybody I read, I've told them this. Now it's out in the open. And they asked me specifically, when do you think that it will start taking off? And I just, you know, it's like there's too many moving parts here, you know. We just gotta hold our breath and be patient here. And this is, oh my God, it was loud and clear. Spirit said to me, April showers will bring May flowers. And I went, oh shit. I go, okay. So sometime in May is where I believe the true separation that everybody has been waiting for is actually, you know, will silver hit 10,000 a vial in May? No, I don't get that. But I see everything separating and going up. Now, this is, as I fed into it, I go, oh shit, rain, sadness, sudden, you know, all these things started coming to me, that something suddenly begins to occur in April that creates the separation of the precious metals in the month of May.
So May showers,
No,
April flowers.
April showers.
April showers. Yeah, April, May. Okay, so April, as soon as you say it, my brain instantly says showers bad. So maybe we dump, right? Maybe we dump, we get our $6 silver, and that causes the markets to go.
Wait, is that like Orange Man? Bad.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, like you said, now we separate. Now we have true price discovery coming in effect. Again, doesn't mean you're going to $600 an ounce silver happens overnight, but it could certainly start ramping up in a hurry. And maybe that's the same time the crypto stuff does its thing.
Yeah, well, I very much believe so. But I also believe that whatever this is that drop that you keep thinking of, that you've had visions. I really believe whatever this development is, I think it probably is in the month of April, or that drop and pop would be like in the beginning of May. You know, like I said, that's never come through to me. And I meant to say it, you know, to your Patreons, and you know how we get the freaking orb set coming in and things start going crazy. So, you know, we're like little kids. What are you doing? You know, so
like, that one did a loop.
We get pulled away sometimes. So that's interesting things to think of. So if we're that close to that happening, that's actually kind of disturbing. Going, okay, I know we've all been, it's like, let's get it over. Let's get this thing done. And, you know, it seems that that's when it's happening. And then that separation begins. Of course, I want everybody out there that's listening to this, put their discernment into what they think that means. Okay. Because I really respect you and all the people that listen to this, because it, you know, like I said, so many of them are just so connected, you know, and just bring it together here. So that's an interesting thing. So things are about to get wilder, and even the next couple days, like I said, my hair in the back of my neck has been standing up to the 21st of March, and Jesus, it's really intensifying, you know.
I mean, the word on the street, you know, right now is, and of course it's on the media now, about Trump is his arrests could happen as early as next week, which is this coming up week. And Now the latest rumor is it could be on Tuesday. So Tuesday's the 21st. I'm like,
Yeah.
you don't say. And then I got that girl Tori, who's like, I did tell you guys it would happen on a Tuesday. Of course, she didn't say what. It would happen on a Tuesday. And I'm going, yeah, I remember that actually. Yeah, she did say that a long time ago. So there's that. It's like I think we're about. I had my dream about the arrest, and I'm going. I was told in that dream, like I'm not, because I'm like hugging him. He's got his shirt off, and I'm hugging him, and I'm like, Mr. President, do you need me to get the people involved? And he goes, no. So I worded it that way just in case someone else standing around could hear us. But I knew he knew what I meant, and that was simply, do you need us to basically revolt and break you out of being arrested and like basically, take the country back physically? And his answer was no in that dream. So he recently just said, now if this happens, everybody needs to protest this. And there's some people taking that a little bit out of context. Well, he's protest this doesn't mean pick up a gun and fight. He's just saying protest this. And then I saw again, it was either Antheos or I think it was Tori who had mentioned, protests are one thing, but being called to go to an event to do something is another. And so she's basically kind of confirming, you don't necessarily need to get out there and do something per se. And I'm going, okay, so it's looking like it's coming here shortly. And just
Well,
like
then
Antheos also
Yeah.
said about the days and nights, he goes, things that you may have seemed to take a month, we're going to start entering a period of time here shortly where it's like things will happen between the same day and night.
Yeah.
That you normally would see happening in months. So that's kind of in line with what you've been saying about these dominoes, and the one hits one that gets faster and faster and faster. More of these black swans falling out of the sky until hell freezes over. End of winter is the 21st of this month, a couple days.
Yeah.
And, maybe they arrest them on this date, maybe they don't. I had a thought today too, though, and I go, well, you remember the Supreme Court case, the Brunson brothers. They did the first petition, got close. Nope, we're not doing it. Okay, please relook at it, second try. Okay, yeah, we're not going to look at it. See you later. Brunson brothers, okay, we're going for a third attempt. This is unheard of. No one ever does this. It never goes anywhere, those who have tried. But we've changed our complaint a little bit and added some things here that are really important. We're going to give it a third shot. They send this thing off, certified overnight mail. Get the receipt, that's what happened. And then haven't received it. The Supreme Court hasn't received it. Stuck in the mail, lost in the mail, not sure. Oh, there it is, 10 days later. We found it. We got it somehow. Now we've delivered it. Now we got your read receipt. Here you go. So they're like, it took 10 days. So I'm going, isn't there something about those old message boards in the certain alphabet letter about 10 days of darkness? I go, and they sent it overnight darkness. I'm going, maybe I'm reaching here, but I go, what's the chances of these guys having that happen to them right now when the first two were no problem? And now the third one, like they needed a delay, maybe to line some things up. So let's just go, complete woo on this.
Oh
Craziness.
no! Once you go woo, you never come back.
I'm going woo. So let's just say he's arrested on Tuesday or indicted, whatever, on Tuesday. There's a quick, there's already protesters, by the way, down at Trump Tower in New York by like the dozens and dozens and dozens right now. Like they're already lining up. How did that happen? He hasn't even been indicted yet. It's not even official yet, but they're there. I'm going, okay, come on. So let's just say that happens. Things speed up really quickly. His Twitter account, he just didn't activate. I shouldn't use the word activate. He was given back his YouTube and Facebook media accounts not too long ago. He hasn't really done anything with them. So all of a sudden, one of his first posts, I think it was on Facebook, they showed, was a 2012 post of his wife, Melania. Storm is getting close, or something like the storm is getting close, or some words to that effect with this big stormy background. The storm is upon us, phrase we're all waiting for. His Twitter account was recently reinstated from Elon Musk, and he hasn't posted a single thing on it. So he just posted on the YouTube, I think, and the Facebook. I think he did both, for sure, Facebook. with this storm thing as the storm's getting close. Like, I think we're going to be close to where that tweet here goes out, whether it's him who actually tweets it or shockingly, Joe Biden gives the old tweet of, the storm is upon us speech. That would be interesting. And Tori has hinted about it. Maybe she was joking, but anyways, so maybe that happens. The tweet goes out. Next thing you know, it's go time. And all the stuff we've been waiting these last few years to happen starts taking place. And again, he's arrested. He's out of the way. Military, National Guard can come in. And I'm going with this is also the delay of 10 days with the Brunson case. Maybe they go, okay, he was just arrested. Supreme Court, we're going to go ahead and take a look at this now. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and rule on it now. We're going to conference. Oh, guess what we ruled? Bye-bye Congress and all of those guys, including vice president and president. And then, of course, you're going to need the military and the National Guard and all that. And then the stuff on the message board we've been waiting years for will go, oh, my God, oh, my God, oh, my God, oh, my God, oh, my God. Yes, 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 it's happening. So I'm just throwing that out there. Pure woo, pure fantasy. I haven't saw this and didn't get a dream on this. But, boy, I could see something like this play out kind of like that and in a hurry.
This is going to speed up. There's no doubt in my mind. And even though a lot of us have been preparing, we're still going to be caught off guard.
I believe you.
Okay, it is what it is. When the realization is you wake up and your world just changed immediately. And that's, one of the biggest things that I tell a lot of people. One day you're going to wake up and everything has changed. It is going to happen. So the object is to try to keep your mind, okay, and not to mentally lose it and do anything stupid, because you really want to try to adapt with this change. And the other thing, the reason that I usually laugh and smile, because there really is a big beings that are involved here that, I look at some of the low level beings that are visiting and doing their things, and some good, some bad, but then you got the big guys. Okay. And they're coming here to straighten shit out. Okay. And I think a lot of people try to think of these beings. It's like when I say I talk to spirit, I bring them all into one box. I really do. And they're interdimensional. They're not from here. They're from another dimension. Okay. And then you got beings that are here that are dimensional, that basically live underneath our planet. They live in the ocean and they've been here a long, long time. And some of these beings are so advanced, they got such great technology, all right, that, we see them every so often, flying by or whatever. You could call it breakaway civilizations, you could call it whatever you want. But then you have the real interdimensionals. And these guys have a lot of power. And I know there's people in the United States that we have incredible technologies. We do. But what I want to explain is through our lifetimes and many lifetimes here, Russia, okay, just like China, okay, they're dealing with different beings also. All right. So you got this hierarchy, all right, that's really trying to control the motion here. And the ones that have been in charge here basically have been doing a pretty shitty job, as you can see what's happening to our planet. Okay. The human being is very special in the respect that, yeah, we have the ability to really do some shitty things. Excuse my language, but we do. But our capacity to love is incredible. And that's a gift from the creator. Okay. Well, what some people would call God. I just
Yeah.
like to use the word creator being a source. All right. And we're very special in that manner. And a lot of beings that have been controlling or trying to control us don't really understand that inner working of us. All right. They want to know what your soul is. They want to know what this is. But the creator knows what it is. And we have this great ability. And this is why, this is the time to shine your light. Be as kind as you can to people. Don't get pissed off at them. Just try to adapt to these situations and understand that a lot of these people, they have no idea. I watch them up here, running around because I live in like a resort area, we'll say. It's seasonal. And they have no idea that within a week or any day that everything changes in a snap of the finger.
Yeah.
And you're just doing your thing. Sometimes I'm almost jealous about that. Think about it now.
Yeah.
They're oblivious to everything and they're enjoying their life and just having a wonderful time. And I think a lot of us might have forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
And we get so wrapped up in the everyday news of what we understand. And to all of you out there, it's a heck of a burden. It is a heck of a burden. All right. But when it does start to occur, that's when you've got to step up and help these guys, not to get pissed off. Well, you should have known better. You can't be like that.
Yeah.
Okay. We have to come together humanity wise to make it to that next level. All right. We're not going to stop this. The whole planet is going to change and every living thing is going to change. So shine the light every chance you have, and do these things. And as these chips fall, which they're going to, all right, believe you me, there's a lot of politicians. The sad part, Joe, is that they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They do.
They consciously make those decisions. Yep.
And because they're so, I'll be polite, effing, we all know what effing means, arrogant, that they won't turn from their ways. And that is going to be their destruction. Well, in turn, some of these people have done some stuff or they have things on them that forgiveness is real, okay? To be forgiven by the creator being, it's a non-issue, This is like your last chance here to change your ways. And you're going to put your ignorance or your arrogance in not doing this. The only thing I could tell you is forever is a real long time, So this is your chance. Now, I know a lot of people keep asking about certain cryptos, XRP, XLM, and these things. And then I hear some people, and I know you've probably addressed this many times over, they'll say, I have every single thing that I have in one single crypto. Why the hell would you do that?
Yeah.
Why would you do that? That's like all the money you have in your hand. Screw it. I'm going to Vegas and I'm going to make one roll.
Red 17,
Yeah. And then they roll it. How'd you make out?
Right? I lost it all. Yeah.
See, when I said, and I've been saying for a long time that you reiterate for me, is that you need to have cryptos, you need to have your precious metals, you need to have cash, and understanding. Are you going to lose some of these? Absolutely. But the key is that when you diversify like this, the odds are in your favor to whatever situation you're going through, that you can make it through these humps. And I really do look at them as humps. Okay, that we just got to navigate through this and try to get to the backside of it. It'll get ugly, you know. It is what it is. You got thousands of years that need to be changed here, and they're doing it on our shift. So
Again, we all chose to be here. Like, you're going to be a part. You're going to be alive when the most incredible, and again, not necessarily good in the beginning or whatever, good, bad, whatever, the most incredible change that the human race is going to go through in the shortest amount of time. You're going to be alive while this is happening. This is an event so rare that just that in of itself is just, I think it's mind-boggling. And maybe people aren't looking at it right now until maybe way afterwards, but it's like, just to be around when this happened, like, this is amazing, like, you're going to watch fireworks go off when no one in the world has ever seen fireworks before. What is that? Oh, it's this amazing thing in the sky. Well, what is it? I don't know how to describe it. That's what this is, because again, change is great, and especially good change, but there might be some rough spots. We've already seen some of the rough spots, but I'll tell everybody this, Antheos tweets or truths things and then retruths them on True Social at key times. He said it before. I'll grab something. Sometimes it's not even my own, and it might be a comment someone made to me, and I'll retruth it at the right time for the right reason, and you'll kind of figure it out when I do it. And again, they're gearing up for this arrest of Trump. And one of the things he's saying, he just started reposting today again, or maybe it was last night. Sometimes you just need to let things simmer and not react right away.
Yeah.
When something happens or you see something. Sometimes you just need to take a step back, sit back, let things simmer for a little bit before responding or doing something about it. So to me, it's pretty clear. When you see this, don't freak out. I'm picking up a gun. I'm going down there with my buddies. I can't believe they just. No, don't do it. They're telling you, this is how this is going to go. And again, enjoy the show. So those of you that know this, when this stuff happens, and again, we may be a couple days away from this. You may have friends that are on your side, but they don't know Woo Woo Dude. They don't know me. They don't know anybody that talks about this stuff besides you every now and then. They might need you. You might need to tell them and be proactive about it. Hey, listen, if this happens, don't be stupid and do anything about this. I got good word, to just relax and just see how things go for a little bit. Don't react right away, because we don't want our friends and family and people, or even our neighbors or people we don't know that much, that were good patriots, good people who didn't know this and saw what they saw, and all of a sudden go, oh my God, because they're not in the know, so to speak. And we're lucky we have people like Antheos or Tori to give us these breadcrumbs to just let us know, watch, but don't get involved. Pay attention, watch the movie, enjoy the show, but don't freaking get involved in this way. So just keep that in mind, people.
Yeah, there's a bigger hand here, and it's the hand none of you see. That you think, certain politicians are, well, they know everything.
Yeah, no,
not even close. The only thing that we know is their true colors, and the people will never forget that. And that goes back to a long time ago when I said it was an old Frankenstein movie, and all the townspeople came with the torches and pitchforks because they knew where they lived. I said, there's no place that these people are going to hide. None, zero, and you're talking to billions of people. So it's kind of like, you're on the wrong side of history here, and it's all going to change. So, smile and grin and just, hey, you know what? When you get to the other side, you meet up with me at my pub, you'll have a lot to talk about.
Oh yeah. But we want to make sure that's a ways away from now. We still got to do our woo-woo shaman of the north, shaman of the south, woo-woo RV trip, or maybe we'll take the plane instead of the RV. We'll get there a lot faster and go to some of these woo-woo places.
I don't know. And, come up here, you're going to need a sled. But, oh my God. Yeah. I won't be mowing till Joe. Yeah, crazy. But hey, you just flow with emotion. Don't
That's it.
freak out, just it's here though. It's here. Don't have all your eggs in one basket. Spread them out. Do not have everything into one crypto. And I'm just an old white-haired guy who lives in the woods who hangs out with Bigfoot. Okay. I'm just saying, don't have it all in one freaking crypto. Don't do that.
Yeah.
So you can't just.
And that also doesn't mean you have to have 50 or 100.
No.
Just don't have it in one freaking crypto.
Right.
You can have 5 or 6 and be like, these are my top ones. Great. It's better than not having than having it in just one. But you also don't need 50 or 100 of them. Like, sometimes you're gonna have to consolidate. And I consolidated a long time ago, really. So, it's mostly the coins you and I typically talk about from time to time. It's just certain levels of each one. But just waiting to see what this thing happens. Just drop and the rain showers in April lead to flowers growing, or whatever you said in
Come
May.
on, Joe, get that down, would you?
Whatever the hell it is.
April showers bring May flowers.
Yeah, that thing. You know the thing.
Well, when you live up here, we wait for that one.
Yeah, that's the true sign you're out of the winter.
Yeah. Well, that's what they tell me, but we'll see how that all works out. And just like I said, just try to do the right thing out there. It's gonna be easy to lose your mind to some of the stupid stuff, but the object is to get to the backside of this thing. That is the key. However it turns, there's so many moving parts here, and there's too many black swans everywhere. It is what it is. Now, I wanted to touch bases on something else here with those visions. Is, if you remember, another vision I had given out, and I believe part of it's already taken place, is I said there'd be a great earthquake, and then there would be a separation from east and west with the financial system.
Yep.
I believe the great earthquake was what occurred in Turkey, and the great separation from east and west financially. Now, this is going to continue to grow. All right. Now, I also said that I saw a gravestone with the word Swift. Okay. But I also said that the East will do better than the West in the beginning until they both come together. Okay. So it seems that we're going to have a separation, okay, for a little bit of time here. But the hope is then they come together. All right. Now, I've got to also pull out that when I asked to see a vision on XRP, and I never ask, normally they just show me things. I just don't ask. And that's when they showed me a bridge that was so big, it went from continent to continent, and everybody was walking back and forth from all walks of life. All right. And that had to do with XRP.
It will be a bridge.
But on top of it, it also, as I'm looking back, that's why I said when time passes, then you can look back on things and go, oh shit, so this is what this means, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
That a lot of people want to know when this XRP is going to do its thing or whatever. Okay. That because of that bridge, I can look at it now and go, all right, so these other things have got to happen first. Are you flashing over there?
Yeah, my screen just like crash reporter live streaming YouTube. What happened?
Well, you asked Spirit to do something electronically. Did you not before we started? Be careful what you ask for, Joe. I just don't come around and have fun. But no, you've got to step it up a little.
Of course,
So if we lose everybody, it's all Joe's fault. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not my microphone. So, when you look back at it, you can stare at the bridge and this and that, and the words that came out was until they come together. So it seems that the financial system will come together, but it's going to be new, and there's a bridge involved here of equality. All right, because I saw many likes of people walking back and forth. That also explains not only is it going to be used for more than one item, that there's an equality there. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what part of the world you're from. All right. It's kind of like the reason that the war is being delayed, because Putin could have taken it all. Like I said, he could take it in 48 hours. He could have done this a long time ago. But again, look at everything that's coming out. And the true key was when he punched the guy in the face and then the money poured out. Now, remember, when we talked about that, I never saw that man get knocked out, did I? Never.
No, just dead in his face.
What I saw was a big dent, okay, in the head of a toaster that turned into a freaking ATM. And no, I was not on LSD at the time, okay?
Peyote?
No.
A peyote? Okay.
Yeah, that's you, peyote. Can I just tell you buttons for short? But so again, when you look back at these things, you got well, wait a second. He never went all the way down. No, he didn't. He hurt him. Okay, and that's a place to hurt him. And then you just look at it. Every NATO country is involved in the dollar, right?
Yeah.
And that needs to leave. The people that are controlling it, it needs to leave. And the human race needs equality.
Yeah.
Okay. There's no way that any country should have the right to say, you don't eat. You didn't do it my way. No. You don't get nothing now. Who made you God?
Right.
It's so wrong. Even the Syrian thing, when Turkey went down with everything, all the innocent people that were in Syria, all the children, everything, and oh no, we're not going to send you help. Who would do that?
Yeah.
To the innocent. I don't give a shit what you care about a country or what they do. Wouldn't you not still go help no matter what?
Yep.
And we didn't. So now you go, why? You think maybe darkness has encroached and the ruling class on that are being controlled by something else? I do believe so. Okay, but it's all going to come out. This is the shit that makes us human, right? Our capacity to love, right? Doesn't matter what freaking color you are. We're humans. We're humans. It just doesn't matter. When you see somebody really hurt or starving to death and you're eating a fucking hamburger and you don't need it, no, the hell with you. No, we don't like you, so no, you don't get any. That is shameful.
Yeah.
Shameful. So you don't think that karma is going to come back right up their butts? Bet your ass it is. That's no pun intended, too. And yes,
was it?
That wasn't a probing question either to my ET buddies out there. Oh, my God.
Good
All
stuff. Right. Well, we've been at it an hour. I think we've covered it.
We covered something. Not sure what it was.
Yeah. And again, everybody, just remember, sometimes you just need to not react right away and just let things simmer for a bit before thinking or doing, something like, doing something stupid, win stupid prizes. Don't play stupid games. Don't win those stupid prizes. You've been following me. You've been following Woo Dude. You've been following us for a long time. Some of you, you're not dumb. You know better. But again, you might have to be the person to start telling people around you not to do something stupid, because you know, you don't want them doing it, even though they didn't have the information that maybe you had, and they're going to see things and go, "Oh my God," you know, they're going to emotionally react to it,
Right.
and you just need to keep your friends and family in check and not let them, you know, do that essentially. So, on that note, anything else you wish to add?
I don't know. You see anybody saying something in the comments that they want or anything?
No, nothing in particular. Yeah, we kind of
No.
covered
Okay. All right.
everything.
All right. We'll try to do this again next week or something.
Yeah,
We'll come
or Tuesday evening if something crazy goes down, we might have to have an emergency broadcast, maybe, but we'll see how that goes.
you know what? I think that's one of the things that, how everybody's been waiting for something to happen.
Yeah,
Just remember, it will happen on one day. And everything changes. So it's not like, hey, by the way, you got to go someplace tomorrow at 12. And then, you don't think, yeah, I got to leave by 12 tomorrow. And No, it's going to be boom, in a snap of a finger. Okay. And that's where everything can cave in on you mentally. And you just got to keep smiling and know that there's a bigger hand here. And I've said this comment many times over while I was dead, that they said to me, and they told me to tell everybody. And they said, in your darkest moment, don't you ever give up, because you know not who you are. And because we're beyond this physical being, we come from another dimension. That's where our spirit is. That's, you know what I said? We're inhabiting this. So don't give up. Okay? Don't. There's no reason to. You're going to be in the greatest game of flashlight tag you've ever had. don't go home early, okay? Stay in the game, because you don't know who you are, and there's so many things that you're going to be able to do to help other people. All right, to make it through together. None of us can make it by ourselves. We can. Okay, human beings need to be with human beings. Okay, and compassion is the key. So remember, we don't have to act like what our politicians are doing. That does not emulate us in any manner of who we are. And I think you got to understand that when they say, well, America's doing this. No, there's groups of people that are doing this, but this is not what America stands for. Okay, there's so many caring people and loving people. Well, we'd be the first ones out in another country to help, to truly help. And then something went wrong, and then it came to taking advantage. And that's just wrong. But that's not who you people are. Okay. And keep that within your heart, and continue talking. You need nobody to talk to the creator being or connect to the other side, because you're part of the other side. You just got to quiet your spirit, quiet your soul, so you can handle it. That's the key. And when they yell at you, that's woo!
Yeah, pay attention.
Hey, you got to smile. If you can't giggle and have a laugh, what the hell? Right? You can give the important stuff, but damn, I'm seeing either that, I got some really bad floaters. It could be. I keep seeing things go by me over here.
Yeah, I can't
it's
say that.
Probably the floaters.
Could be. I haven't seen anything yet.
Yeah, you're the one who always spots them.
I am like, oh, there's one. Just loop around your head. Went into one ear and out the other.
Oh my God. Well, all right. Well, this has been fun.
Yep.
Everybody hang on. And yeah, we're in for a fun time here.
Yeah.
Or not so fun. Just
a bumpy ride, but it's still a ride,
Yeah. That's all.
Okay.
All right, man.
Take it easy.
All right.
Till next time, friends.
And to everybody out there, have a great night.
Even if your team's not in the same place, your work can be. You just need Asana. Asana organizes work so teams know what to do, why it matters, and how to get it done. Try it for free at asana.com. That's ASANA.
Now you can know more, so you're prepared better, so you can plan better as we move forward, because nobody, even us, is not going to have every answer for you today.